the Berlin Derby. Now, the thing about the Berlin Derby is I love it when there's a crowd in, when it's full, because we've got Hertha, which I can't go near, and we've got Union, who are so strong and so confident and score goals.
Yeah, both of them are good teams. First of all, I want to say hi to all the people on the chat. Tony Combs, Young Money who was with us on Serie A too. Zoltan Chaba, probably he's from Hungary. Giovanni Molina, who is saying that 10 gets a pass because he's 10. Andreas Lyman, of course, he was with us also on Serie A. Raymond also is with us. The big derby of the round, for sure. In let's say that the two teams are not top teams, but it's still a big derby. The Berlin derby. Right now, Union are better than Hertha. To be honest, they look
well. Yeah, we
better.
say that. We say that, Alex, but we also know that this is a Hertha side that you cannot trust. You go with them, they turn you over. You go against them, they turn you over. You're better off just not getting involved.
Yeah, but in the last 5, they won against Augsburg only. And Union is the kind of the team that are very consistent right now. Doesn't matter against whom they are playing. So if...
But Union got a draw last week, didn't they? Hertha. Hertha got a draw.
Yes, but come on, with Leverkusen that are playing week in and week out in Europa League, they were lucky to get that draw, in my opinion. You don't have odds for this match?
Yeah, I do, but I just didn't. I'm going to do the records on that first while we wait for. I was killing time because it was the big game. I thought we'd just have a little chat before we go into the starting off.
It's huge, Union Berlin at 3.0. Even a draw double chance on them is still good for a parlay bet at 1.62 right now, the best odds that you can find on the market. Probably both teams to score is the way to go, but I think that we should welcome Tan. He's back with us. Fab said to me that he is back from the gate.
Okay, well,
I'm back from the gate.
Here he is. Thanks, Tan.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
It was amazing because the last thing I said to you after the CRR show is I'm going to go home and get changed because I live 9 minutes away. And you said to me, oh, don't worry, I'll be here.
I gave exactly one indication. Please, don't deliver a grocery that time. Before or 1 hour later, yes, no problem. So my option was or to be absent for 5 minutes or do the show with this bell ringing in the background for 1 hour. So I chose for the minus, for the minor evil. Let's say.
Let me ask you, because Flash was saying about the Brandenburg gate. You are living there at the gate of Brandenburg?
No, I celebrated there a world title, but I'm not living there. It will be always living my memories there in the night of the final Italy-France.
And as it would, I was there. I've gone goosebumpy. 2006, my 10-year-old son. We thought that England had a great opportunity to get there, so I got the World Cup final tickets. Funnily enough, it's all fast food and it's Costa Coffee outside the Brandenburg Gate, but there's also a 5-star restaurant. So I took him over. I had shorts on, flip-flops. They looked at me like I was some tramp from off the street. They wouldn't let me in. So I got the manager. No, I did. I pulled rank. I actually got the manager and explained to him that my son needs to eat proper food. I said, I cannot be giving him this food. He needs to eat proper food. And I'm talking 5-star restaurant in the best hotel in Berlin, right 20 yards away from the Brandenburg Gate. And I sit down at my table and Henry Kissinger then walks by. It was that.
No, you serious?
Serious. Wow. And I said to Callum, Henry Kissinger, he was more interested in his chicken and his vegetables and potatoes.
Yeah, of course.
And the next day I took him up the Spree River for a history tour and he fell asleep.
One question. I would do all the show about this actually, but anyway, But I have one question. How did you get the 2 tickets for the final?
Well, basically I've got 4 tickets. I bought 4 from a friend of mine. And I swapped them because I had 4 in the Italian end, which obviously was only tiny, and that was away to the left as the boys come out the tunnel. So I swapped them for French tickets, and we sat behind the goal, right behind the goal, halfway up, the end where the penalties were. And yeah, it was just.
So you were going for France, not for Italy.
Yeah. Well, I was there for the football. Let's say that. But we did have French.
But I have one question. How much did you pay for each ticket?
Yeah, quite a few quid, but I got a few quid back. So maybe about 2,000 euros per ticket.
Okay, so you bought 4 and you sold 2 of those 4.
Yes, correct.
How did you get them? That's very important.
For a friend of mine.
Friend of yours.
Why have you asked me that twice?
Because I've been running on the wild side of life on those years. Exactly. So that's why I wanted to swap experiences. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I'm a man with a dog got me my tickets. And he also then facilitated me to sell my 4 to Italians and get 2 French tickets.
Okay, let's come back to
we'll come back. But you know,
it's the 2006 World Cup final.
But previous tickets of knockout stages, how did I get them? Someone, I'm swearing, I swear that someone from the Romanian Football Association was selling them. I'm not joking.
That's typical, Alex. That's why he didn't want us to continue with this conversation. Fab, get that record up, please, before we incriminate.
Yeah, please get that record up. Please get that record up. Come on.
Alex, what is that across from your name? That is a plus 20 minus 0.95 flash. Just a measly little 4 units. Parlay, sort yourself out, Parlay. For this week, we've got to nail it at minus 0.2, so it's nothing. Total 3.26. Tell you what, we're starting to close in on profit on nearly every show now in the Premier League, which will be coming up in a few hours' time. And that was another winning week for the Flashman. So we look forward to that.
Before we start all this, I remember Tan asking you how you picked AC Milan to win. I want to ask him how he arrived to pick Schalke to be a surprise.
But I also
based on what?
You are just bitter because I said that I bought the tickets from Romanian.
Exactly. He's got all spiteful on you.
You are just salty. He
has. He's got all salty.
Let's do it. Come on.
Alex, you're horrible. If someone takes a bigger bit of steak off that barbecue, I bet you never forgive them. Okay,
Romanian food is salty.
It's the Berlin derby. We're going to start off with you, Alex. It's Hertha at plus 145, draw plus 250, and Union at plus 210. Union strong, but I tell you what, you go against Hertha, they will bite your hand.
You go against Hertha, they will bite your hand. You go against the Union, it's a derby, but no fans. Union are the more consistent team right now this season. I prefer to go on the goals market rather to play the winners market. It's very tough to predict an outcome from the winners market. They even can draw this game, you know. I would love a 2-2 draw, to be honest, because my take on this game is over 2.5 goals at 1.73.
Yeah, I agree. I think there will be goals. I certainly wouldn't want to be picking a winner, Chan, because Union are strong, patient, and if they get the noses in front, then Hertha could overcommit.
Guys, we are talking about a team that currently is sitting at the 6th position. Not having definitely the squad for the 6th position and missing what is their biggest asset, which aside the team spirit, aside the gluing between players and manager, aside a very disciplined staying put attitude, is the support from the crowd, is the special atmosphere they have there. They are missing all this and they are performing so good. If we compare to what are the possibilities, Union are the best German team by far, even better than Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich got a team that should win, should just win almost every game. And they are there, not even sitting that far from Bayern Munich. feeling that good, being in this derby, that could be actually pretty, it's pretty iconic, because last year they learned, this year they can definitely swap and take the relay as the first Berliner club in the city. I know it's not that much. If you feel like you can go even with Union to win, a safe but still decent, minimum decent standard bet is double chance draw or Union to win.
Exactly what I said at the beginning. Yeah.
The odds on Union to win are
1.62.
Yeah, the odds
for double chance.
Exactly. The odds on Union to win are so high that even the double chance Union is still good. And Hertha, so many things to fix, so unreliable. It's true that Derby can play magic. But the thing is that if we look overall, Union has been the most impressive of Bundesliga. The most impressive.
And most improved, I wrote down.
Don't know. I think that Stuttgart, if it is to take it that far, was a little bit more impressive than them.
Yeah. I mean, Stuttgart had one gear and it's flat out. But I understand where you're both coming from. Okay, so we're going. Listen, Alex Classics on board here. Draw no bet, maybe with Union. Maybe Union, double chance. Over 2.5 goals in the game, I think is probably the safest way to go. But let's move on. Bielefeld at plus 180, draw plus 265, and Mainz at plus 150. Don't like this game. Cannot pick it. Maybe the draw, Tan.
Look, it's a game between two that have so much problems each. Possibly the one that had slightest more lately has been Mainz. If we look at the last day, it's true they drew at home against Hoffenheim, aimed for better and almost for bigger Arminia Bielefeld. In a different season, I would have told you both teams to score and busy with that. It's not that kind of season yet in Bundesliga. Third from the bottom, Mainz, against second from the bottom, Arminia. But Mainz at least picked a few points in the last 3 games. Arminia Bielefeld coming from 5 defeats in a row. So I'm telling you, in my opinion, this time can, in a very similar situation, they can unblock themselves. So I say Arminia to win at plus 180.
You going with Bielefeld or Mainz?
Arminia Bielefeld to win.
Plus 180. That's massive. Before I go to Alex, Nab says bring back Chef Michael. Chef Michael was Serie A, not Bundesliga. Nab, and what a great job he did for us and will continue to do in Serie A.
Who is the Chef Michael?
Chef Michael is he was our Serie A guy with Alex before the powers that be decided to give you a chance.
I leave if you want.
Yeah, you're sitting in your seat.
I can go.
Thank you. Okay, Alex.
Yes, Arminia are coming after 5 defeats in a row. But let's look a little bit whom they played against. They played RB Leipzig, they played Leverkusen, Union Berlin on the road, Dortmund, and Wolfsburg. And yes, they struggled to score against, for example, that defeat 5-0 against Union. That was a shocking defeat, in my opinion. I was not expecting them to pull off the upset, because that was an upset if they could beat Union Berlin, but at least not to concede so many goals, you know. On the other side, Mainz played small teams. Schalke, they failed to win against Schalke 2-2. Okay, they won against Freiburg on the road. That was a surprise also. But this looks like an over 2.5 goals all day long for me at 1.73 again. So there are 2 matches this week with huge odds on the over, which is not exactly what you would expect in Germany. So over 2.5 normally in Germany is around 1.5, 1.6 maximum. But for the Berlinese derby, Hertha and Union, and this Arminia Bielefeld and Mainz, the over 2.5 goals at 1.73 is not one of my top picks, but I would lean over 2.5 goals at 1.73. Mainz are a team with ups and downs. You don't know what to expect from them. I would not go that far to say that Armenia will win this one, but Armenia have the first chance. But Mainz have a better squad, in my opinion. So if they make a little bit of a chemistry and they improve their style a little bit, I think that the quality is on their side. And so even a draw is on the cards here. So I don't know. It's tough, but I lean over 2.5.
Yeah, I think the biggest mental thing you should take into these first two games that we've done is that all four sides think they can win the game. And when you get that, they will keep going, and that normally produces goals and mistakes. Now, the next game is Frankfurt plus 350, draw plus 340, Dortmund minus 130. Now, is that a trap, or are they going to bounce back, Alex?
Without Haaland, it's very difficult for them to bounce back. Hamstring injury, 4 weeks away. They will struggle. They struggled against Lazio. They will struggle. They will continuously struggle. Eintracht are not a bad team. Eintracht are one of the top teams of the league. Yes, they are sitting 9th right now, but don't look at the standings right now. You should see them playing. They have a great attacking firepower. I think that this game screams goals once again. I think it's a trap to take Dortmund at even money here. The over is low, but maybe the Alex Classic at 1.8 should be the take.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Alex Classic is probably the way to go here, especially at minus 125. Before I go to Tan, Fab, can you stick the air conditioning on for me, please, mate? Because I feel like a turkey at Christmas that's nearly done. Okay, Tan, without your turkey jokes, where are you going? Frankfurt versus Dortmund.
I wish I could hear your turkey noise. If you can please us with that, please. Anytime. Whenever you hear a good odds, a good tip, anytime. Just feel free to express your art noise of turkeying. Here I go with under 1.5 goals in the first half, because the approach of Borussia Dortmund and Eintracht, in spite of the normal attitude of Borussia, and I would say also of Eintracht, especially of the firepower of Borussia, but the approach lately has always been bit slow. Obviously, the fixtures in Champions League is taking its toll. But what happened is that in all 4 games played by Borussia Dortmund away in Bundesliga, and in all 4 games played by Eintracht at home, always there have been under 1.5 goals at halftime. And it's very good odds, considering that these are 2 teams, especially Borussia, of high scoring stats. So sooner or later it's going to stop, but everything is pointing in that way.
Okay, well, let's move on, because we've got last week's beyond giant killing is FC Koln at plus 270. That's how much of a giant killing it is. Their odds haven't even gone down. Draw plus 270, and Wolfsburg at plus 100. I know you can get plus 105.10 in places. Now, to Koln, do they go back-to-back wins?
I don't believe that. Exactly, because it was very big from them to take. See, Wolfsburg are growing. Probably they won't go much farther than they are. It's almost impossible, because they are 5th, and I think they just hit the ceiling. But 3 wins in a row. They are unbeaten. They are unbeaten in Bundesliga, and it's only them and Leverkusen that are unbeaten at the moment. So it seems to me that this big win that Koln picked, it's a bit hard to handle, and possibly they feel more relaxed. So at plus 100, I go with Wolfsburg to win. Wolfsburg more accustomed, staying more on top of the situation. 5-3 to Werder, where they pushed back every time Werder that was coming back into the game. So I say Wolfsburg staying focused, plus 100.
Yeah, team total for the visitors at over 1.5 springs to mind, but so does the Alex Classic. Koln score every single week. Wolfsburg, they're not shy in front of goal either, Alex.
Yeah, love both takes. Also Wolfsburg to win. Also your total team goals. Also the Alex Classic in this one. They all look decent at decent odds. Köln, yes, with the upset of the season, let's say so far in the league. But let's look a little bit on how two of the three goals, both goals came against Dortmund. Corner kick, deflection from the first player into the second player at the back across all the defense, and he scored with the kick. Two huge mistakes that are normal from this Dortmund unreliable team, let's say. Both were the same guy scored them, the same player scored them. It was absolutely unbelievable. Of course, Dortmund dominated the entire game. They created tons of opportunities. Haaland missed two incredible opportunities. So Wolfsburg, I think that they are the more consistent teams here, and they should continue to deliver fourth win in a row. But before we go to the next match, let me ask Tan a question. This is not the first time that he says after an upset, the team, is very happy with what they achieved last week, so they will not put the same effort this week. I heard it many times also in Serie A, also in this one. How you are seeing all this situation?
It depends from the mindset of the team that we are talking about. Sometimes it happens often. It's not like math, obviously, automatic, but it happens often that the fallout of an unexpected, shocking, surprising win result from a minus against a bigger rival, it's always often relaxing a bit the mind. That is up to the manager. If the manager is good enough to stay on his guys, to not let them relax, but often it happens. They are not just accustomed to deal with the attention, with the spotlight.
But do you think that a manager with great personality and skills and experience in this sport can make them understand that, okay, that was just a match and an upset, and to go continue to play like that? Does a manager is 90% of what will happen next in terms of experience and stuff to bring his team to the level to play the same way?
90 no, but often it happens. Basically, that is the main difference that is made between a good average manager and a great manager. Consistency.
Obviously, I know all this stuff, but I wanted you to explain more because our audience needs to hear also from an expert, So that is a good...
So he was an expert. Why did you ask Tan?
Because
I was expecting that.
Yeah, I know he was.
You were ready. You were ready with the pool stick to send the 8 in the hole. One in the hole.
Honest to God.
Thanks, Alex, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like we say in England, basically, after the Lord Mayor's show, and also don't rest on your laurels. Fish and chip paper is probably the best way to describe last week's performance. Leave it, gone. Next man up, let's deliver. Now the next game, either gift or trap. Everyone in the chat, I want gift or trap, please. Freiburg at plus 300, draw plus 280, and Gladbach at plus 100. Alex, how are Gladbach plus 100 going to Freiburg? Also, gift or trap?
I don't know exactly. I think that is a gift, to be honest, at 1.91. Yes, they have a tough match against Real Madrid, but I imagine they will do a biscotto, like they are saying in Italy, and Inter will remain home. Or no, let's say that Inter probably will go in Europa League. So a nice draw between Gladbach and Real Madrid in Spain will put them in the position to qualify in the knockout stages. So I don't know how worried they are about that match, because them with a draw, they will qualify. And we know that Real Madrid are not the team that they used to be 2-3 years ago. So I don't know. I don't know why everybody will go with Real Madrid. I think that you should even think about a draw double chance on Gladbach because they will be the underdog, and if they pull out a Biscotto, I think that everybody will win with that, But against Freiburg, a team that is showing nothing lately, they started decent the season, but lately nothing. 5 matches without a win, three of them in the process losses. So I think that 1.91 for Gladbach is the way to go in this one. Gladbach, who almost produced a great let's say a great result against Inter once again, but it was not to happen with the VAR. So Gladbach 1.91. Thank you.
Tanner, I worry about, I don't know how much of a toll it's going to take, that marathon game that we spoke about Inter in the other show, the Serie A show, but now we've got to look at Gladbach. Gladbach went to war. They were in a 7-goal thriller that could have been 8. Now, squad rotation this weekend, because they're definitely 100% going to be focused. As much as they say they're not, and this game's first, they could take their eye off the ball, which means that Freiburg double chance is the way to go.
More than the final outcome, I would go more with goals.
Let's just go with goals.
And in this case, I would say over 1.5 goals in the second half, because I think that Gladbach defending is going to be affected by this rotation, by this stress that is put over them. And it's the first time they are playing with stress in this Champions League group, because for the first time, they are risking, and they have just lost against Inter, which it's something that they hadn't done yet. They didn't lose yet, because they won Shakhtar twice, they drew Real Madrid and Inter. Now it's a bit of a stress, and they are at stake because Real Madrid will come. Also, for how bad Freiburg are, but anyway, goals are always coming in their game. One of the worst defense, and anyway, they are
third worst defense in Bundesliga with 20 goals conceded in 9 matches.
Exactly.
I mean, you've got to look at the lineups, though. I think you've got to. I mean, do you expect Thuram to play? Who's a big battering ram, who's quick, he's strong, he causes his team problems.
One of Thuram or Plea will play. They don't have another third striker at this level. Thuram or Plea, one of them should play in this one.
But at the same time, still, Freiburg is almost always finding, at least lately, the back of the net. They scored in 4 out of the last 5 games. And when they didn't score, it was away at Leverkusen. So, see, there is meat. There is flesh. I mean, flesh like this, not flesh like you.
Yeah,
and
flesh.
I think that over 1.5 goals in second half, it's fair enough.
Yeah, I think you can watch the game in peace, knowing that there's going to be chances late on. The game of Europe, I guess, this weekend is Bayern minus 190, draw plus 400, and RB Leipzig at plus 500. And we talk about teams that have got a massive game over the hill. Well, Leipzig, they've not done themselves any problems at all. They host Manchester United, knowing that a win eliminates Man United, which 2 games ago only a fall would suggest was a possibility. Leipzig, they take their eye off the ball here. They haven't got a big enough squad to go to Bayern and win. So how do we get the value out of a Bayern win, Tan?
It's very hard. I have to say that, in my opinion, minus 190. Okay, now actually is falling down. But I think it's the last touchable odds that you can. Game of the weekend, possibly game of the next 2 months in Bundesliga, because it'd be such a better game if there wasn't that gigantic game next midweek in the Champions League. That's true. There are only 4 milestones that Bayern has to trespass on the path to title. The 2 against Borussia Dortmund, the 2 against Leipzig. And Leipzig, in fairness, in this moment are in a very good moment. We saw it in Champions League. They are still there. They are sticked to Bayern. But the thing is that, I didn't expect Bayern to level with Atletico, even with the half rotating squad. Still, they did it almost easily. And look, the thing is that they know that grabbing this game means having completed virtually 50% of the job to get the Schalke in Bundesliga. And with this mindset, they will get out and play. Lewandowski didn't play in the midweek as Neuer and Goretzka. Look, Lewandowski didn't play, and these days are particularly important for him because on 9th of December, it is closed the voting for the FIFA the best. Now, I don't think his award is in contention, but I believe that the players feels like that they can have this final take to try to influence, to lob the voting that still haven't been casted. Bayern haven't been brilliant lately. If we look in Bundesliga, in the last 4 games, they always won by 1 goal. They were held on against Werder, and in 3 out of those 4 games, they always conceded the first goal. But this means that they were all alerts that Bayern is aware of, have realized, and in the big game against Leipzig, when they know that one mistake can hurt, because Leipzig scrapped the game against Başakşehir, but normally is conceding very little. Best defense in Bundesliga, 6 goals conceded, if I'm not mistaken. Well, they know they have to enter an approach in a completely different way, in a Bayern way. That's why Bayern to win. And possibly if you feel like you want more, maybe you can take draw with 1 goal handicap for Bayern. So basically it means Bayern winning by 1 goal score, by 1 goal gap.
Yeah. I see it more one-sided than that, Alex. I'm quite liking. Young Money says Bayern and over 2.5 goals at minus 130.
I will only stick the Bayern winning parlay bet, and that's what I'm doing. RB Leipzig must win against Manchester City to qualify further in this competition in Champions League, because Paris Saint-Germain will probably beat Başakşehir on their turf, so they will do 12 points. Leipzig and United are equal on points 9, but Manchester United have the upper hand, beating them 5-0 in the first leg. So that is what it counts when the 2 teams are going to the same amount of points at the end of the group stage. The head-to-head is the decider. So they must beat United in order to qualify. On the other side, we have Bundesliga, the biggest game of the season for RB Leipzig, playing against the reigning champs and the leaders right now. But with the only difference is that the season is long and 34 matches to go. Now they played only 6, and they have the time to come back, even if they lose this game. What they will do? It was a tough trip in Turkey. The energy level is quite low. They had Bayern Munich had an extra day of resting. They had a huge squad rotation. On the other side, Leipzig didn't have the chance to rotate their squad because they had to win that match. So all in on Bayern side. Everything goes on Bayern side here. They will win. They will make the gap at the top spot bigger, and the season is not over. But if they beat also Dortmund, if they beat also Leipzig, that is about it.
Yeah, I think it's over before they start anyway. It's just how far that they're Bayern go and win. So.
And we arrive at a discussion that we talked last week about RB Leipzig lack of a real striker, right? And also, yes, they scored 4 against Başakşehir, but against a very bad defensive side, the Turkish side, very bad. when they went 3-3, they wanted to score and them to win the match. Of course, they needed that to win. And Leipzig said, okay, thank you, and they scored the fourth goal. It was luck. It was pure luck. But they conceded 3. Let's not forget that. If Bayern will catch them with all those problems at the back, they will score 5 against them.
Okay, so just be careful. Well, maybe we're going to put Bayern towards the 2-team parlay. Remember, you're our third guest, so if you've got any ideas for the parlay, then keep them coming. Next game, I've got 2 bets in. I'm happy to listen to the boys first. I'll come to you first, Alex. It's Werder at plus 160. They're no strangers to goals. Draw plus 260. And Stuttgart becoming everyone's favourite second side because they only go forward at plus 160. Alex, what do you like?
Werder, as they did last season and 2 seasons ago, they are the type of team that are scoring in almost every match. It's like Bologna conceding in Serie A, Werder are scoring in Bundesliga, you know. So you can always go with the Alex Classic in their matches, and it all depends also on their opponent. But Stuttgart, we talked a little bit we touched base on them when we talked about Union Berlin. I think that they are the real surprise of the season so far. Yes, only 10th in the standings, which is pretty good. Saying that they are a newly promoted side, right? Stuttgart with Vamanjituka, 21-year-old on the Vamanjituka.
Vamanjituka, Alex.
I knew you was going to burst into song then, Tan.
Vamanjituka.
Vamanjit.
I wrote him on paper.
Stop speaking Romanian live.
But I wrote him on paper to see how to pronounce him.
Vamanjituka sounds like the lost son of Victor Piturca, former Romania manager. Sorry, go on.
So he's absolutely.
The live in YouTube, it's suspended.
Vamanjituka is guilty.
Vamanjituka. What's his nationality?
I don't know.
But it's Romanian.
So we're talking about Stuttgart playing Werder, and Stuttgart for me at plus 160. I think it's don't complicate it, but knowing me, I am going to complicate it, and I'll give you my picks at the end. But Tan, Stuttgart, they go from strength to strength. They score, they keep going on the attack. They're full of confidence. I think they get something out of this game.
Yeah, but you can say, to be honest, and something that different for Werder that actually are also building reliability. I think they will be both very careful in this game. It happens often in the game in Bundesliga that in these cases they are starting being more careful, as it would be old Italian way, and then leaving more spaces. So I go with draw at the halftime. And while we pick you back up, I take time to thank TCG Trading Center, who's saying Tanse numero uno. Stefan Serban is saying "Ce faci, Alex," which I think is Romanian to say "What are you doing?" Right?
How are you? Yeah.
How are you? You know, that seems like slang from Lecce. If you say in slang from Lecce, really, in slang from Lecce, "Ce faci" means "What are you doing?" Slang from.
We are Latin countries, and many words in Romanian and in Italian are the same.
Una razza, una fazza. Giovanni Molina is saying Tan, the giant elf, because of my hat, or maybe the elfic giant, one of the two.
Also, I think that Vamanjituka was the one produced the problems, the internal problems with the internet.
The curse, the famous curse of Vaman-Jituka.
Exactly. Well, listen, I think both teams score.
With a Congolese player from Kinshasa. He was born in Kinshasa.
Tom Bridgman is saying Tan's Bini had screwed up signal much better with Bini off Tan. It could be. Vlad Popescu, our friend Count Vlad. Tan knows his Romanian managers not bad, but there was another guy for Flash. If I can find his Flash back, can I leave it back to him?
Flash is back. We can't see
listening.
him. We can't see him, but he's here.
Wow, that's the best condition. That's the best condition. Oh, we can see him again. Oh,
okay, so I'm going with Stuttgart and both teams to score. I think Stuttgart win. I don't think either side keeps a clean sheet. You can go with the Alex Classic if you want, or Tan thinks it will be a draw at the halftime. We'll go on. Both teams score. Alex Classic. What is Alex?
They didn't hear my tip. My tip is the Alex Classic. Both teams
he did. We heard that.
Banker. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Birdie Num Num said, Flash, get hold of these wafflers. Exactly. I'm going to have to get the stick out now, Birdie. Now, here we go. So, obviously, I have to go to, I'll go to you, Tan. Schalke plus 520, draw plus 330, and Leverkusen at minus 195. Tan, does Schalke get anything out of this game? Because if they don't, then it's Leverkusen and Bayern, two-team parlay, and it's called Don't Complicate It.
Leverkusen at plus. I know it's the minimum you can touch, and even here as Bayern is going down, but Leverkusen to win. There is just no. I know. There's just no limit for how Schalke are thinking, and
are thinking or they are thinking.
But Schalke have got to win sooner or later. No one gave Köln a chance last week away at Dortmund. And I'm thinking of Leverkusen that could run out of gas.
Really? You think I can agree with you
this week.
I can agree with you, but not against Leverkusen. Not against Leverkusen. Seems to me that...
Let me tell you a little bit some insights from this Schalke team. So Are
you one of the investors?
No, I don't wish to be one of the investors on Schalke because there is a mess right now. So
Nabil Bentaleb, I thought you were one of the investors.
Nabil Bentaleb has been suspended and he's been told he could leave the club.
Wow.
Amine Harit, who reacted negatively after being taken off before halftime by the new coach during the 2-0 loss to Wolfsburg, has been also suspended. Vedat Ibisevic contract would be dissolved to allow him to find a new club in January.
Wow!
The internal problems are huge, so don't complicate it. Bayern and Leverkusen in a parlay. I already wrote that article yesterday on SBR, so you can read all about it.
Thank you. So thanks for that. You gave me them tips without moving your lips.
Yeah. Leverkusen to win. Just to insert, I don't remember who. Someone was asking in the chat when my articles would be released. Serie A and Bundesliga already released, and you will find. I guess, Alex, have they? I guess.
Of course.
So. Yes. Okay. And you will find later also Premier League.
Alex, the final game is Hoffenheim minus 130, draw plus 300. Augsburg you can't trust, home or away or any neutral ground at plus 310. I thought that this was a parlay selection.
To be honest, I will not complicate and I will not even touch this game. It's a Monday. It's a Monday night game, so probably I will enjoy the weekend and I will decide if I will touch based on that. If I will have any tip, then follow me on Twitter. But as I see it, I will not get involved with this game at all.
See, I quite like having the last leg of the parlay on a Monday night because it gives you all day Monday to find a hedge if need be.
Don't tell me that you want to put something from this match in the parlay. Don't even mention this.
Well, at the end of the day, it's up to me. Tan, what about Hoffenheim at home at minus 130? They score goals. Augsburg don't. Come on now. What about Hoffenheim -1 or Hoffenheim win to 0?
They score goals, but they are not trustable at all. And Augsburg do concede. What I see, but they also actually find the net. They always at least put back one goal in. So I see here over 1.5 goals in the second half as well. It just give me that vibes for just another Bundes Monday. Thought it was Tuesday, but it's Bundes Monday.
But we
Thursday.
can say just another goalless Monday.
Don't
You
say
think
that.
so? Just
Don't say that.
another
You'll see
over
why
1.5 goals.
Fad puts up the picks. You'll see why I don't want a goalless Monday. Here we go. Alex's picks. Hertha over 2.5 goals in the game at -132. Werder, Alex Classic at -120. And that's his 3-star banker. Let's hope that one comes in, because you'll see over on my side of the fence that I want that to be happening with Stuttgart coming out on top. Gladbach, don't complicate it, -110. And he's gone with Bayern and Leverkusen in a parlay at +136. I think a bit of me's rubbing off on you there with that little graphic. Bayern -200 for Tancredi Squirrel. Eintracht and under 1.5 goals in the first half at -150.
Only under 1.5 goals in the first half.
Yeah. I don't know why that I don't know why that ends in there. Union double chance at -175. Squirrel. Wolfsburg +100. I think that's good value. And Freiburg again over 1.5 goals second half at -125. Now mine are Stuttgart to win the game at +160. Great value. I feel as if it's a free bet to have on Stuttgart to win and both teams to score at +350. And Hoffenheim at -130 on Monday night. No banker. No need for a banker when you have that massive odds.
Flash is living dangerously with these picks. Jack says
it's dangerous. It's going for 4 draws in the Serie A last week.
Oh, come on!
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we'll notify you, and you'll never miss any content again. Only 27 thumbs up out of 91. That's a skinny percentage. Also, press the link in the description. That'll take you over to the articles by Tan, by Alex, or by Martin. Also, if you can put the thumbs up on the way out, that will show the appreciation. But we need the 2-team parlay. I'm not going to listen. There's no democratic now. No, listen. I'm going to ask for one team, Alex. One selection, please.
Bayern to win.
Right. Bayern to win. That's it. Remember, we need this. Tan, one selection. That's all I want.
Leverkusen 10.
Union double chance.
Leverkusen 10.
Union double chance. That's it. Bayern to win. Union double chance. That's the 2-team parlay. I hope you all have a great weekend. Remember, we've got the Premier League coming up very, very soon, and we're going the right way there as well. And tomorrow, it's La Liga Lowdown with Alex and Martin Green. Don't forget the NFL show later with Donny and Kyle. I wish you all, every bet, a winner. You take care, and we'll see you all again soon.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci tutti.
Ciao.